Hey everyone, Andy with Phantom Fishing, and I've had a lot of questions about how I pack my tackle bag when I'm approaching a co-angler tournament. And I just thought I'd share real quick the basic necessities to be a versatile co-angler behind unpredictable boaters. So I usually preach versatility in co-angling. You have to be versatile to perform behind guys that maybe change up speeds and fish different depths of water, and you never know what's going to really happen. You never know what's going to really be the bite in the area you fish, because you can't typically pick where you're going. So I basically carry pretty much the same thing. It may differ on the size fish, the type of fish, the species, spotted, smallmouth, largemouth, whatever. It's going to vary a little bit, but some of the stuff is always going to stay the same. So as you've seen before in other videos, I have the Tackle Warehouse backpack. This is great for me. Some people use different ones, but I like this one. And basically on the outside, I'll have stuff like, I may have some different stuff than some people because I have camera gear and stuff like that. So I'll usually strap my GoPro or something in here on whatever device is going to hold it. I've got some scissors, of course. These are ceramic, so they can cut braid really easily. So I like those. I've got a culling beam. Now, some people don't take culling beams, and the division I'm fishing in, a lot of times you don't need one. But I take one just in case, because ounces do count, and you've got to make sure you're prepared. I also, I use this front pouch pretty much just for an extra spool of line. What I'm going to use this for is leader material and for Carolina rigs, stuff like that. So over here, typically I always bring a pair of pliers. I bring super glue just in case you maybe have an issue with a guide or an eye, or want to glue the bait up onto the hook. That holds that together. Maybe you run out of worms and you got to put one together. That's key right there. Also, boomerang tool. It's got snips, got a light, kind of cool. Got retractable. I can hook it up to my belt or whatever. This side, always bring sunblock. This is Sunsect. It has insect repellent and sunblock. So I really like this because it's all in one, and I can pretty much do what I need to do with one bottle. So I certainly take that. Angler Aid, Brandon Polinick, Angler Aid. This stuff cuts and scrapes, and you get hooked or finned or whatever. You're going to want some kind of a first aid. Angler Aid is what I choose to bring, and that covers that. But then also, I always bring some kind of a pain medicine, because your boater's probably going to give you a headache at some point. Alright, so now let's dig into the fun stuff. So pretty much, I use this front pouch. Now, when I put my bag in the boat, usually this bag fits good in a lot of the boats, just like this. And, most Rangers and stuff, it'll fit right in the compartment. So what I'm doing is I'm accessing from this side. So I have everything set like this. I will just flip this up. Now, right here, I'm going to store all my plastics in the top, so I can just reach down, get what I want, and it works really well. So I'll just put all my plastics in here. Usually there's quite a few in here. I'll pack it pretty good when I have no clue what they're biting. But one of the most essential things that I bring that saves room is I'll bring another reel. I'll have a different pound test, maybe a same ratio, but a different pound test. So that way, if I do want to switch out a different style or a different bait that doesn't work on the reel I have on there, I can switch it out. Or if the reel breaks, I have a spare reel with me, and it just gives me a sense of security most of the time. Also, I don't have much in these pouches, but I do have a little oil for the reels just in case I have an issue. I try to keep call balls, just small call tags, and then also fin clip. Just in case you hook one and you catch it deep or something and wants to lay on its side, you can put this clip on the fin. It will keep it upright so it doesn't drown. And then you can find somebody to fizz it if you don't know how to fizz it. That's another thing you could bring if you know how to do it. I wouldn't do that if you don't know how. Also, here in this pouch, of course I got my JJ's Magic. I bring clear sometimes just so the boater can't get mad when I spill it in his boat. Don't spill it in his boat. That's a no-no. One good thing is, now I just have these stuffed in here, but one good thing is a first aid kit. Got a little antiseptic wipe. Goes along with the angler aid, but then I got some Dramamine. If you get nausea or motion sickness, you can sometimes get that regardless, hit big water. But Band-Aids, of course, everybody needs a Band-Aid every once in a while. You get, especially if it's raining or something, you cut your fingers on the line or something like that. You're going to want a Band-Aid just to make yourself get through the day. All right, and pretty much then we break in to the main deal. I'm not going to get in real big detail, but kind of in the pouches. One thing I keep in my bag is a spare thing of food that I try not to eat. I like to eat food, so it's hard not to, but I try to hide it from myself. Just some hot hands, you never know, especially in the cool weather. You hit that water and you have an issue, you got a first aid or a small survival kit, some hot hands, and something to eat, just in case, say you're on some big water, you unfortunately capsize or something like that, you got to make landfall. It's cold water, you're going to want to warm up. Even if you're only there for an hour or so, you need something to get your body warm. You need some food. You need something to just get yourself by. And it may be overkill, but I like to take it with me just in case. So besides that, I bring things like, spinnerbait blades and stuff like that just to switch them out. But then I have 2 boxes. I only bring 2 boxes. I got my hard baits. I got jigs in here, hard baits, anything from inline spinners to poppers to crankbaits to jigs, anything you can think of, top waters, anything that you're going to need. And this will change a lot per tournament. So if I'm going to a river, I'm going to have a lot of the smaller crankbaits and smaller jigs, finesse kind of stuff. But if I'm going to a power fishing flipping lake, it's going to change. I'm going to put different stuff in here, maybe more chatterbaits and spinnerbaits and stuff like that. Actually, spinnerbaits I usually keep in this pouch, but the jigs, the chatterbaits, the big crankbaits, the wake baits, the frogs, everything will go in here. Last but not least, my terminal tackle. So I got 1 box for the lures and 1 whole box dedicated for terminal tackle because you never know what situation you're going to get in. Now let me warn you, this is not cleaned up, so just prepare yourself. But so when I get in here, I got everything from hooks and weights and bear jig heads to shaky heads to Carolina rig stuff. I've got the beads and clackers, and I've got everything from little rattles for your plastics or your tubes, to bobber stoppers to keep your to peg your weights. I've got little split shots just in case you want to add a little weight to a floating worm or something like that. Like I said, some more rattles, even some little lead stick-on weights for maybe jerk baits, or you want to add a little weight to your baits. These are good to keep with you, you know, and then always the wide gaps and the straight shanks and all different sizes of hooks, so you can be prepared for any situation. If you're fishing out deep off points, you can throw up a Carolina rig because you already got the leader material with you too. But other than that, you know, you have anything you need ready to go to be versatile. So no matter what situation you come in, you will have something. So of course, there's always going to be other things you can think of to throw in, but if you keep it a basic setup, a basic rule of thumb on what you're going to have in your bag, then you can always add and subtract as you go per the body of water or the tournament you're fishing. So I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video. Let me know some of the other stuff you take in the comments. Let me know how you did in some of these tournaments. Hopefully I will see you out on the water.